Hey guys, this is Little Gamer Out and welcome to my channel and to the very first part of my Let's Play Get Together series. I'm so excited to finally have this expansion and to have it installed, and I am 2 or 3 weeks behind what a lot of simmers have already started playing this. But that's okay. But because of that, I'm also not going to be going over like a lot of the new clothing and things of that nature that came with this expansion, because I'm sure there are a lot of videos already covering that, so I'm not going to bother you guys with it as well. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we're just going to be this first part is basically just going to be introducing you to the Sims, to my household, and we may get out into the town for a minute or two. I'm not positive exactly what we're going to do with as far as after me introducing you to them. But yeah, anyways, I have been playing this household for probably like 45 minutes or so. I did attempt to record this part previously, but I've been having issues with my recording software, so again, that footage is lost. I know I've said that, I think, in the previous videos, but that is the case. So I'm having to go back to Fraps. I hate that because it's like takes up so much space. Like this is just like huge files. But anyways, we won't waste any more time there. But as you can see, we are in Windenburg. I am going to be living here for this series, or at least for a certain amount of time for the series. But yeah, anyways, I have my Sims living here. It is under the Cruz household, but as you can see, it's 4 friends, and we will go ahead and jump down into their house, and I'm very excited. Right now, the welcome wagon is been there, and they're almost ready to leave. But yeah, they've met a lot of neighbors, and everybody's really, really nice, and they just kind of letting them know about the clubs and stuff like that. Now, as you can see, we have the welcome wagon here, and they've been here for a while, so they're almost ready to leave, but they have just been really warm and welcoming to our Sims here and been really, really friendly. And yeah, I will show you the house real quick. We'll go ahead and put all of the walls and ceiling up, and it is such a cute little starter home, perfect for, you know, these guys. I mean, it's a little tight, but you know, they're used to it. You know, they all met in college, and so they're used to dorm living. They've just been out of college for a short while, for maybe a couple of months, and so they're used to dorm living and stuff like that. So this is pretty spacious for them, and it's really exciting. Now, we'll go ahead and start off with Kale, since he is standing here. He is the youngest of the crew by, you know, about a year, and he really blew his parents' mind with this whole thing because he was a year behind the other 3 guys here. They graduated college and they moved on, and he went back for a semester, but then he was just like, I don't want to do this, you know. He still kept in contact and, you know, and met up with his friends, but college really was not fulfilling him, and it was not leading him to what his dream is, which is dance. Obviously, he wants to be, you know, really in the dance scene, and he really wants to make it into a career, and what he was doing just was not going to lead him there. And all of his friends had moved on, and they were starting to really make plans for the future, which included dance and DJing and the co-club scene. And he was just like, you know what, I'm done. So he finished out the first semester and of his what would have been his senior year in college, and he just quit. And his parents lost it. They were like, are you crazy? You know, we know you like dance, but you don't quit school over it. You know, they just do not understand, you know, what he was saying, which it really is a huge, bold, crazy move for him to make. But he was determined, and he knew it was now or never. His friends were going to continue to move on, and he felt like he was going to get left behind. And he just made that leap of faith, and he just did it, and he just but his parents are like, well, if you're not going to school, you're going to have to do something. You can't stay in this house and do nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what they looked at his dancing as. It's nothing. It's not going nowhere. You can't make a living at it. Like, they just don't understand, or don't think that that's a viable future. And so he was like, I'm not going to go work with my dad, because that was one of the options. If you're not going to go, then you have to go and kind of work under your dad and kind of like work from the ground up in his company. Well, he's not really his company, but it's the company he works at. He's going to get him in on the ground floor and make him, work his way up. And he was like, I don't want to do that either. And so they're like, well, if you can't stay here and do nothing. And so he called his friends up and said, listen, I did it. I quit school, and I just can't live with my parents anymore. And so they was like, well, we're getting ready to get this house. Won't you come with us? We're going to do something with this dance. This is perfect. And so he jumped in on the chance, and he moved in with these guys, and it's like he's so excited and he cannot wait to get started. We see over here, we go to the next one. Oh, really quick, I guess I can kind of go over some of their skills. He's a dance machine, obviously. He always loved dance. He's an insider, which is a new trait with this expansion. It's these Sims love being in clubs and tend to be happiest when surrounded by their friends. He's a bro all the way. He loves his friends, and he's total bro all the way with that. And because of that, he also gets energized from watching sports and stuff like that. And he's very athletic. Obviously, he loves dancing and working out, and so he has high metabolism. And so that is our guy, and he is just also a cutie patootie. You could just tell he loves dance so much. Like, it's his life, it's his passion, and there's just like nothing, he can see no other future for himself. And you know what? I hope it works out for him because he just threw away school and moved out of his parents' house, and they are no longer supporting him, so he is literally on his own right now. Okay, next we'll come over here to Quinn Lovelace, and she is such a sweetheart. She's exhausted. They moved in the middle of the night by the time they got here. And then once they got here, they were so pumped with all of this excitement and this just like adrenaline of finally moving in together that it's just like they stayed up all night long. But she's finally starting to wake up a little bit. She is such a sweetheart. She is a geek. She loves sci-fi, reading, video games, all of that geeky, nerdy stuff. She totally loves it. Comic books, like she's all in that kind of stuff. But she also loves dance. Like Kale, she does not have a whole lot of formal training in dance. She has more than Kale. Kale's never had any formal like classes in dance of any kind, but she has, when she was growing up, and especially like in elementary school, junior high and stuff like that, she took tap and ballet and things like that. But she really was in on the scene, whatever was current at that time, her and her friends. And so they were all the time watching music videos, and they would all the time mimic, but she took it really seriously. Like, she really fell in love with the whole dance scene and club and hip-hop and pop and all of that kind of dancing, and she really self-taught. Like, she would work on it for hours every day watching these videos and and whatever was current on the scene, and she would like a lot of times sneak out of the house to go and try to catch get fake IDs and go into clubs and see what, that whole crowd. Not that she was trying to drink or anything, but she was just wanting to see the dance scene. And so she worked really hard at teaching herself a lot of these, dance moves. But again, she's not had any formal training or anything like that. So that's kind of her dance background, but she is, like Kel, completely 100% dedicated to making this work and learning and putting in the work and time to really make it a career kind of a thing. So yeah, anyway, she's a geek. On top of that, she's also an insider like Kel. She loves the club scene. She loves being surrounded by her friends and dancing and just, that whole life style. She's just all about it. And she's also gregarious, which means she builds friendships really fast. She just is very warm and welcoming, and she's just really quick. She doesn't know a stranger, and she's just like a total sweetheart, and she just loves making friends and being a very loyal friend as well. So that is our Quinn, and she is just absolutely adorable. I love her so, so much. Next, we have another guy getting out of bed. He was exhausted. And this is our DJ of the group. He absolutely loves music. He has his whole life. His name is Murgatroyd McCringleberry. And this is a sim that was created by the awesome Road Boyd. He has a YouTube channel here as well where he does a lot of gameplay videos, game reviews, all different kinds of games, first person shooters, and just all kinds of. I will leave a link to his channel in the description box below so you can go check him out, because he does awesome gaming videos. So, and he does like a variety. But anyways, he created this sim for me specifically, and so it's just awesome. But he is his aspiration is to be a DJ. Like, that's what he wants to do. He has taken music his whole life, from violin to guitar to piano, and as he got older, especially once he got into the college scene and he met these three guys, he got into the whole club scene, and then he was turned on to this whole like DJ scene and all of that, and he was just taken in by it. Like, it sucked him in, and he was just like, this is what I want to do. I've got to learn how to do this. This is where it's at for me. And so he has spent months and months and months saving up every penny he could to get a very basic turntable here, and it finally came in today, and he immediately jumped on it, and he was just like testing it out and playing with all the different sounds and effects, and he was just like stoked. Like, he stayed up later than anybody else because he just could not walk away from his brand new turntable, and he was just awesome. But his parents were always really cool and laid back, and they just supported whatever it was he wanted to do. Only thing they ask is, if you do start something, see it through. Set a goal for a time and see that time through. And then, give it a chance to really get in there and learn it. Don't just try it for a little bit and then quit. So that's the only thing I asked him is to be dedicated. And so that really built up a lot of confidence in him, because they supported so much in him, and they really were there for him for whatever he wanted to do. They're there for him for that. And that's just awesome. He just always had a really great close relationship with his parents. And I didn't really mention too much about Quinn's parents. They were pretty busy. They didn't really understand a lot of things about her, like her little geeky thing, her video games and comic books. Like, they didn't understand it. They were kind of, upper middle class kind of people, and they really liked the whole ballet and all that classical stuff, but she just really was never fully interested in it. She liked the tap dancing pretty good, but all the things that they wanted her to do, she just wasn't interested in. They just could not understand her. Like, they didn't know, like, who are you? Like, what is this? And plus a lot of the music that she listened to, they were just like, this is not music. And so they never saw eye to eye, and they never really, tried to understand. Like, they couldn't. Like, it was just not in them. So there was always not a whole lot of conflict. Like, they loved each other and stuff like that, but there was just this wall between them. Like, they didn't understand her, and she couldn't understand why they weren't more supportive of her. It was just like her parents were just really too busy to take the time, I think is what it basically amounts up to. And so, yeah. And his family came from like a, middle class to upper middle class kind of thing. They had to work for everything they had. And so that was another reason why they instilled, if you start something, finish it. Because, we can't really afford to feed every whim you have, but we are there to try our best. And that's why you need to really stick to what you got. But they always were able to provide for him what they could. And then if he needed to work, he did. He didn't care a bit to kind of do, go around and be the kid that went around and cut, the neighbor's grass for extra money to help support, his hobbies of, his musical hobbies and stuff like that. So that is Megatroid. And because his name is so long, I probably will call him Troy. So, yeah. Although I do love the name. It's like so much fun. And really quick about Kale here. His family, again, come from an upper middle to upper middle class. They came and really worked and built themselves up. When they first got married, they really didn't have too much. His parents didn't. But they just saved and really worked hard and, until they built a very comfortable life for their family. And so, yeah, he definitely has a sense of work ethic involved, but he's also, his parents have like Quinn, they just do not understand their child. Like, they just cannot step out of their own way of thinking to try to see where he's coming from. They just think it's frivolous and it's a waste of time, and that time is of the essence, and you don't waste it. And that's his family. They're very strict and very serious, and they just really do not step outside of what is necessary. You know what I'm saying? Life is very important, and you don't waste it. Dancing is not a way of life. And so they just think that he's completely fooling around and just wasting time. And they don't think that he has it. You're too old to be doing this, they think. But anyways, that's his background. And lastly, we have Cameron Cruz. And where is our girl? She's over here talking to one of the neighbors. And can we just look at how beautiful? Look at her. She's just absolutely gorgeous. And that hair is just like... it just suits her. As soon as I put it on her, I was just like, this is it all the way. She's just absolutely beautiful, and she is such a sweetheart as well. She's very outgoing, very friendly. Let's see. She loves to socialize. She actually needs it. She thrives on being with people, and she's able to fit in any situation and jump into any conversation, and she just can make herself fit in and make those around her feel completely welcomed and comfortable as well. She's just a great person to be around. Again, dance machine. That was one how she met Quinn and Kel. She just really liked the way they dance, and she was just like, I gotta know those guys, because Quinn and Kel met first, and then they met Cameron here, and so they just really hit it off. They just love to dance and a lot of the same music and stuff like that, so they just really hit it off. And she's very athletic, so she has high metabolism, so she's really fit, buff. Quinn does too, but our Cameron girl, she has got a six-pack. Her abs are like, what? Like, she's got a body to die for, like, seriously. But one thing she has a problem is she really works hard over the years. She's got this sense of being non-committal. Like, she just cannot commit to like a relationship, like a romantic relationship. Like, she just, for one thing, never really had the time. Her parents come from an upper class kind of family, and so she's classically trained in dance, like ballet, but she's also taken jazz and tap and a lot of just different kinds of dancing, but ballet was really where her main focus was. That's where ever since she can remember. Like when she could first walk, she had a tutu. You know, her parents enrolled her, and she really loved it. But once she got in college and she discovered this whole new scene, she just was like, oh my gosh, because she lived kind of a sheltered life. Like her parents, you know, had a very structured life for her. You had school, you had your dance, and it got to the point where she became homeschooled because her dance became such a serious part of her life. So when she walked away from ballet, her parents, again, they just did not understand, what are you doing? And I think that's one thing that a lot of why this group has so much in common, or like why they can really they have this common ground of their parents, except for Troy, Quinn, and then they just have parents who don't understand. They just don't understand them, and they're like furious and like, what are you doing? Where are you going with this? And I think that was that common ground. That's like, oh my God, my parents like flipped on me too. You know what I'm saying? But she is very, very good at dance already. But this whole new club scene, this whole new club dance is just really new to her still. And so she's got a lot of catching up to do. This whole group does, let's be honest, because they really want to make something of this. And so they have a long, 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 long ways to go. But I think that they'll catch on pretty quick because they're all have that dancing trait. So I think they'll be really good for that. But anyways, Cameron is just, like I said, a great person, and her family loves her, and I think they're a little bit more forgiving than Kel's parents are, but they are still like, I cannot believe you're throwing all of these years of ballet away. And she's like, I'm not throwing away, I'm just putting it on hold to explore this other thing, this other world for a minute. I need a break. I've been doing ballet, my entire life, and it's time for me to kind of branch out and see what else is out there before I commit my entire adult life to it, because I committed my entire childhood to it. Let me have a moment. Let me have my moment to explore. And so they're like, they don't like it, but they understood enough to give her a little bit of room to explore. And they're like, you have this deadline, and if we don't see progress, or if we don't see this result that you're talking about, then we're pulling the plug. You know what I'm saying? So they haven't pulled 100% financial support from her, but they're saying, if you're doing this, then you're going to have to really, we'll give you a little bit of space here, but you're going to have to step up to the plate and really start making your own money, to support this new little thing that you're doing. But anyways, they love her and they support her and stuff like that. They're just very ticked off at her right now for throwing all of this ballet away. But that is the 4 roommates we have here, the 4 friends, and they're just totally excited and stoked, and especially now that these neighbors have come, the little welcome wagon, and one of them brought a little gift of a fruitcake. Somebody's already busted into it. I don't know who, but I'm sure Troy will absolutely love that, because he loves a fruitcake. He's about the only person that these guys have ever met that does like fruitcake. We'll go ahead and unpause this, because I know I've spent a majority of the time with it paused. Is Quinn going back to bed? Seriously? Okay, you need to go ahead and get up. Like, you're missing out on the neighbors. And so do you, Troy. I mean, you guys are rested enough that I think you can get up. Okay, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Okay, what is the matter with her? She's hungry. So we're going to have her eat some of this fruit cake. Take a piece. And see, Troy made a beeline. He was like, shh, I'm getting fruitcake. I'm not that hungry. Well, I guess he's pretty hungry. I was looking at another thing, but yeah. But isn't she so cute? I just absolutely love her. But it was really cool seeing some of these neighbors and some of the clubs that they're in. Like this Mila Munch is in the Good Timers and Upper Crust clubs. She said when she first walked in, she started dancing, and I was thinking, because these guys, the roommates, they do need another member or even two. So they've been discussing whether they should start their own club or put feelers out there for maybe a dance crew that's already out there. But we don't really know because their skills aren't where they should be. This Mikey Haas is in the Avant-Gardes. I'm not sure what that club is about. Let's see. Join a club. Enjoy debating the subtle points of fine literature. Yeah, I just don't think that my guys will be doing that anytime soon. Let's see what other clubs we have here. The Spin Masters. Oh, we're not qualified. See, yeah, we have to hone our skills in. Dominic, Candy, and Joe. And plus, there's not enough room yet for all of our guys to get in there. Think you've got the moves and grooves it takes to join the Spin Masters? Find us and prove it. So that's a goal that my guys can work towards. See, the good timers. Everyone can be a good timer. You just need to appreciate a good drink and a game of foosball. The Renegades. We do have a Renegade member here. I think it is this lady right here. Yeah, Ulrich Faust. So, yeah. And she's pretty cool looking. She looks like our kind of people. But yeah, we'll go ahead and unpause this because I guess our welcome wagon ladies are finished with us. And we just earned an achievement. Played The Sims 4 for 24 hours. That's weird because I have played way more than that. But okay, whatever. But my Sims, when they first moved in, they were so excited. They were like hugging each other because it had been a few weeks since they had seen each other. And so when they finally came together, they were just like, yes, because they mainly got this house and then they just had to get here and get all their stuff and get all their business and affairs in order. And now they finally are here and they were just like, yes. Quinn has acquired the cooking skill. Okay, I don't know what she did because she's eating fruitcake. But yeah, okay, that's cool. Okay, let's see. Let's just check out Carmen's body. Look at, you can see her abs through there. I mean, she and those legs, like so toned and just so absolutely built. Like, oh my god. And she's just, again, she's so beautiful. I love her. Love her so much. And you can't really see Quinn too good. She's got her like little geeky pajamas on, but you know, that's okay. She deserves it. She had a long night. But yeah, I'm so excited. I also had to go ahead and like fix this house up. I'll go ahead and put the walls up. Because when we first moved in, there was this big wall here, and it just really shrunk the living room up. And his turntable would not fit anywhere in this house, so we went ahead and tore the wall down and made the hallway a part of the made one big room. I'm wondering if I should go ahead and maybe tear down this wall or part of it. I'm not sure how I would do that because the refrigerator's right there. But that would open up this space at least and give it a little more roomy feel instead of it feeling so closed up, because the kitchen, as you can see, is really small. The girls' bedroom is kind of big, but they have some furniture that is on the way from their house, so they need it. They need like their little vanities and stuff like that. The bathroom is a pretty good size. I was thinking that they probably should invest in, you know, a tub or something. I'm not sure. Or maybe we should make the bathroom smaller. Just trying to give the house room, because the poor guys, they got the small room, which is fine. They really don't spend too much time in there. They really didn't have a lot of stuff to begin with. But they, Kale immediately got his spray paints out and started like graffitiing the wall. He was just like, yeah, I gotta do that. And of course they put their posters up. You know, over here you can see Troy's posters with his little, you know, cool stuff like that. So yeah, I cannot wait to get started on this. They went ahead and had this dance floor installed for Kel, Quinn, and Carmen to practice their dancing with. And why is he uncomfortable? What did I just eat? Oh, it's from eating fruitcake. Okay. It must not have been a good fruitcake. Okay, what is everybody standing here for? I'm not sure what they're doing, just standing there. But, what is she? She's not happy because of the fruitcake either. Well, just don't eat it next time. She seems to be doing fine. They're all chatting with Kel. I wonder if I don't know what to do for that. That she's just going to have to be uncomfortable, I guess. I don't know what else to do. What is she doing? She's sending a text. Probably to some of her friends from back home. She's letting them know that she's in and that she's spent her first night in her new house, and she's so excited. I think I'm going to have her come over here and maybe show off some moves. Armchair. We're going to have her do that, and we're going to have Troy come over here and practice his turntable, because we've got to get this. Yeah, she's going to stretch out and practice her dance move because she is like ready. And she's acquired the dance skill. Awesome. And Kale is dancing. He's loving, his Troy's turntable as well. He's just like, man, that's awesome. Everybody just gathered around. They were just really impressed. For the price, this is pretty nice. Again, he's just learning all of the different sounds and everything that it does. So he's got a ways to go because, like I said, this is all new to him. All he knows is that he wants this. This is his future, and he knows this is where it's at. And so, yeah. And everybody, that's what I love about these guys. They just support each other. They just they know that all they really have in this whole dream is each other, because nobody else in their family seems to understand it, and nobody outside of it. It's tough. And so they're really kind of like the four musketeers at this point. And so, yeah, we're going to have Carmen. What is she going to do? She's cleaning up. Yeah, she doesn't really care for messes too much. She's just like, okay, you guys are going to have to, keep things clean, because I'm not going to clean up after everybody all the time. Okay, we're going to have, what are they doing? Chat? Well, no, you need to kind of show off your moves too. Armchair. And let's set these walls down. There we go. There we go. And where are you going, Quinn? You want to empty the trash? And see, what else can we have you do? Let's see. No. Okay. Let's dance battle. We're going to have dance battle Carmen. Let's see how this goes. He's going to be brave. Let's see. What's Quinn going to do? What's she doing? No, you're not going outside of it. Are you going to do it? Come on now. I told you to challenge her. Actions. Form a group, I guess. Okay. And let's dance battle. Come on. Dance battle. Carmen, let's do this. Okay. Oh, man. Troy just reached level 2 in DJ mixing. Awesome. I guess he's done practicing for now. What's he going to do? Okay. It's Carmen. Okay, here we go. Very first dance battle. I think they're both kind of nervous. They're looking a little nervous and unsure of themselves. Oh my gosh. Oh, he's liking that little armchair move, isn't he? Oh, come on, Carmen. You can do better than that. Music must be playing nearby. Okay, can we turn this music on? Radio set. Electronica. Okay, she finally acquired her dance skill. Okay. Let's see. No, where's Quinn at? What's she doing? She's eating pizza, and she's talking to Troy about his mixing and maybe possibly going out in the town and checking out the scene and seeing what happens, what's happening, and see if they can't maybe meet people and start maybe making connections and seeing what the, like I said, the current dance scene in this town is. Because they've only heard about it, they've never seen it firsthand, but they know that it's got a huge dance scene and a huge club scene, and so that's one of the biggest reasons why they wanted to move here. And so, yeah, we just have to see. But anyways, I'm going to probably go ahead and cut it off here. Again, this was just kind of an introduction video and just kind of get familiar with the guys and kind of let them acquire some of their skills, which they all have done now. And anyways, be looking for part 2. We are definitely going to have them go out and really see what they're up against and maybe even meet some people in the dance scene. So hopefully we can make some connections in the next part. I hope you guys enjoy this video and stay tuned for more. I'll see you guys later. Bye.